All right. So sexual harassment and misconduct are issues that college students are susceptible more often than they may be aware. The following discussion points will give you a better idea of what constitutes this type of inappropriate behavior and how to respond if you are sexually harassed. The University of Texas at Austin is committed to maintaining an educational environment that is free from inappropriate conduct of a sexual nature through policies prohibiting sexual assault, harassment, or misconduct by any member of the university community. The prohibition of sexual harassment or misconduct extends to all activities of registered student organizations, regardless of whether or not the activity takes place on or off campus. So, sexual harassment is a form of sex discrimination that involves the imposition of an unwanted condition or requirement on the continued employment or education of the victim. Sexual harassment is against the law and a violation of university policy. Sexual misconduct is conduct of a sexual nature that, although not so serious or pervasive that it rises to the level of sex discrimination or sexual harassment, is unprofessional and or inappropriate for education and the workplace environment. So where does sexual harassment occur? It can occur anywhere. Sexual harassment can occur anywhere on or off campus, not confined to a particular location. The number of incidents at a location reflects the amount of time students spend there. So according to a 2006 American Association of University Women study, among college students who have been harassed, 39% were in a dorm or student housing, 37% were outside on campus grounds, 24% were in common areas of campus buildings, 20% were in classrooms, 27% were someplace else, and 12% were unsure where they were harassed. So, how to report sexual harassment. The University of Texas at Austin is committed to maintaining an educational environment that is free from inappropriate conduct of a sexual nature. UT encourages students who believe that they may have been subjected to sexual discrimination, harassment, or misconduct by university faculty, staff, students, visitors, or contractors to report it immediately to Dr. Latoya Hill at the Assistant Dean of Students, Office of the Dean of Students, at 512-471-5017, or at her email list above. Also, you can report it to Linda Millstone, the Associate Vice President for Institutional Equity and Workforce Diversity at the Equal Opportunity Services. So, next up.
Okay, fire and life safety. Fire and life safety is a topic that is often overlooked by student organizations despite the fact that an emergency involving these items can grave. Here are some tips and advice on how to avoid putting you and your organization in danger. How to respond to a crisis at your event. The last thing you would expect at an event is for a crisis to arise. The best thing to do is to call for help as early as possible and utilize campus resources. Calling 911 from a cell phone will connect you with the City of Austin dispatch. Provide as much detail as you can and stay on the line with the dispatcher until they release you. To ensure the fastest response, have a friend call UTPD at 471-4441 or make the call yourself in addition to 911. The Office of the Dean of Students can help with a variety of emergencies, including fires that occur in residences, notifying professors of absences due to injuries, illness, or emergencies, and so much more. Hopefully we will have planned well and rarely, if ever, have to face this, but if each of you should know that there is always help from the university. Crime prevention. Ever wonder what would constitute a need to press one of the blue light emergency call buttons on campus? Well, it could be that you are walking by yourself and feel that someone is following you. It could also be that you see a crime in progress or need an ambulance right away. If you think you could push the button, then go ahead and do so. Just remember, these are not toys and not for calling to find out directions on campus. When you visit UTPD's website, you can sign up for the Campus Watch. You will see that there area a variety of crimes that occur on campus as well as in the surrounding areas. You can also enroll in a variety of educational programs such as RAD. When downtown at night, always stay with people you know well and trust. When choosing to walk either around campus or off campus, whether it be attending an organizational meeting or event, do so with friends and in well-lit areas. Also, be smart and lock up your belongings and mark them well in case they are stolen. Be aware and be safe. So, my friend is acting strange. If you are concerned about a member of the UT community, whether it be a friend, staff member, or faculty member, you can contact the Behavior Concerns Advice Line. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can ask to remain anonymous. However, if you want to send a report online, which you can also do by visiting the website, you will be asked to enter your UTEID. Also, when submitting a report online, be aware the reports are answered during normal Monday through Friday 8 to 5 business hours. If you see it, report it. So many times, individuals will walk by something that looks out of place and they continue walking to their destination. Whether you are in class, using a campus room for a student organization meeting, or just walking by, we ask that if you see something, report it. You never know if you're the first to see it or you might be the first to report it. As members of UT Student Organization, you also play a role in keeping our campus safe. It's always better to err on the side of caution. If something is a safety hazard and broken, you can contact University Facilities Services at 512-471-6188 during regular business hours or 512-471-2020 after hours. Your call can make our campus safer for everyone. Weapons. The University of Texas has a policy regarding weapons and facsimile weapon possession on campus. Both students and student organizations who wish to bring a weapon or facsimile weapon onto the UT campus must have advance permission from the Office of the Dean of Students. A weapons approval form must be filled out and turned into their office. You can access this form by going to the website below or by calling 512-471-5017. Be sure to plan far enough in advance to seek the required approval. Student organization travel. This section will go over information that our organization should take into account when planning a trip. Having a plan in the event something should happen, rather it be a tragedy or a simple flat tire, it's always great to take into perspective what may happen. University travel policies. There are two different types of domestic travel policies at the University of Texas at Austin, depending on the type of student organization, departmentally sponsored or just registered. The student travel policy for organization for university organized or sponsored events, Appendix K, located in the institutional rules on student services and activities, applies to all travel more than 25 miles away from the main campus that involves sponsored student organization or enrolled attending events or activities that are organized and or sponsored by the university. The student travel policy for registered student organizations, Appendix 11, also located in the institutional rules on student services and activities, applies to all travel more than 25 miles away from the main campus in which a registered student organization requires student members to attend the activity or event. University Travel Policies International. The University of Texas at Austin supports and encourages international travel and is committed to the safety and well-being of all its students, faculty, staff when they participate in these activities. In accordance with directives from the University of Texas system, all UT students, including sponsored and registered student organizations, must comply with university travel policies for international destinations. It does not matter whether travel is required for a member or what the purpose is of your organization's international travel. Your organization must have pre-approval from the international office before traveling to any international destination. Please contact SALD at 512-471-3065 for assistance with this policy. So, university travel policies, what are we required to do? If an organization is sponsored by a UT department or college and members of the organization are traveling more than 25 miles away from the 40 acres, they are required to obtain prior approval from appropriate UT administrator in their department or college and fill out following forms: request for student travel authorization, release and indemnification agreement, medical authorization form, and request for special event health insurance. If a registered student organization is requiring members to travel more than 25 miles away from the main campus, they are required to obtain prior approval from staff in the SALD area of the Office of Dean of Students and fill out the following forms. Information sheet for registered student organization travel information packet, release and indemnification agreement, medical authorization form, and request for special event health insurance. General emergency procedures. If you or another member of the organization are involved in an accident or other emergency, take the following steps to keep everyone safe. Number 1, stop immediately and call 911 or local police. Number 2, assess the situation and render aid as appropriate. Make sure that all members of your organization are accounted for and find out if anyone is hurt or injured. 3, fill out a police report if you are asked to do so. 4, obtain the names and addresses of all witnesses. 5, contact your advisor. All drivers and officers should have phone numbers for the organization's faculty, staff, advisors, along with other university resources. 6, avoid making statements as to who is at fault, nor should you make offers to pay for damages. 7, contact the Student Activities and Leadership Development or Student Emergency Services areas in the Office of the Dean of Students upon your return to campus.